What is with you guys? Is it just suddenly hummingbird breeding season? Look at all of these eggs. There are just eggs everywhere. I just spent all yesterday putting down nests all over this place for you guys so that you can have a safe place to leave your babies. And yes, I know this nest is vastly too big for you little hummingbirds, but you can't just throw your eggs on the ground. What am I going to do with all these eggs and the owl eggs and the peafowl eggs that I have? Oh my gosh. Xenia, we need to work on this, okay? We need to find somewhere where we can look, there's actually eggs in the nest. Oh my goodness. We need to find somewhere where we can actually take all of these hummingbird eggs. If I hatch them, we're just going to be absolutely swarmed with hummingbirds, and they're a little bit territorial, and I don't think I have enough bromeliads and other trumpet-shaped flowers that they can come over and they can feed off of. So Xenia, if you could please, my friend. Yes, this was the chameleon exhibit, and now, Xenia, we need to talk, because this is 100% just a hummingbird exhibit now, if you ask me. Especially because the hummingbirds shoved the chameleons off of the branches, and the chameleons met their demise. It was very tragic, guys. But hello, everyone, and welcome back to ZooCrafting! And today is a very special day, because it is, dun 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 dun, the first day of spring! I am so excited. It is definitely not really feeling 100% like spring here in Michigan, where I happen to live. Also, Alia, it looked like you literally laid that hummingbird egg. Oh my gosh. A hummingbird shoved itself under Alia, laid this egg, and flew off. What is with my hummingbirds? There's so many of them, and they're having so many babies all of a sudden. Huh. Well, I definitely might need to... Xenia, like I was saying, please, if you could, look into this situation for me. Try to find someone who we might be able to trade all these eggs to. Hummingbirds are pollinators, after all, zipping from flower to flower like they do. They get themselves all covered in pollen, and then they take the pollen to the next flower and help flowers to propagate and make seeds that way by they're kind of like a flower meeting service, if you think about it. They come over to one flower, and when they feed on it, they stick their long beaks and long tongues into the flower, gather up the nectar, and while they're there, sometimes they will collect pollen on themselves, just like a honeybee, basically. And then they're still hungry, so they go, oh man, I want more nectar, and they'll zip over to the next flower, and while they're there gathering up the nectar in this flower, the pollen that they collected from the other flower will be rubbed off, and then hopefully the two pollen, like the pollen and the flower combined, will end up with fresh flower seeds that will hopefully have new genetic material and make an even better flower. Who knows? That flower over there may have had like some sort of really bright, vibrant coloring that attracted the hummingbird more than that flower over there. And so maybe the genetics from that flower mixed with the genetics from this flower will result in even more bright, beautiful, vibrant plants. I absolutely love evolution. But alright, so let's scooch over here. Alia, it appears you have laid another egg. The hummingbirds really like you for some reason. Xenia, my friend, do please look into what to do with all these hummingbird eggs, because I literally have no idea. So maybe trading them to somebody who needs a whole bunch of tiny, really zip quick, fast pollinators in their yard would definitely be a good thing. I mean, having a whole bunch of hummingbirds, I hope that's a good thing. I wonder, where do hummingbirds fit on the chain of the food web, Alia? What eats hummingbirds? Maybe this is a little bit of a morbid turn for my ecology-loving brain to take first thing in the morning. So alright, back to work collecting up all of these stray eggs and listening to the screeching of the owl overhead. And back to celebrating the first day of spring. It is March 20th, which means it is the first day of spring, my friends. And I have been looking forward to this day for so long. All winter, basically. In fact, most of autumn, too. I love spring. I love spring and I love summer. I love when the world is awash in greenery. Can you imagine that? Oh my gosh, I know, such a shocker. And the arrival of spring, the formal day of spring arriving, means that we have finally turned a corner. And even though we have snow predicted for here in Michigan, this weekend, no less, I am not going to lose hope, and we are going to start celebrating spring. And I thought, what better way to celebrate spring than to pop back up to our house where there are so many beautiful... Okay, thank you, hummingbird. Alia, I don't know. Alia, do you want to, like, stay here for a minute? The hummingbirds really seem to trust you, actually. And she looks really excited about that idea. So I think I'm going to leave Alia here. And she might, like, help the hummingbirds collect some of their eggs, I suppose. But, all right, Alia, hang on, my dear. Hide in the ferns for a second. So if the hummingbirds would be so kind as to stop throwing eggs in my face, my plan for today is to go back home and we're going to build a beautiful gazebo! A gazebo to overlook my waterfall and to overlook all of the beautiful cherry blossoms that we have falling in the yard now to celebrate the arrival of spring. Because, oh my goodness, celebrating the shifting seasons is definitely one of my favorite things to do. It just makes you feel so much more alive to notice what's going on outside. Oh, here's another egg. Where are my dogs? Alia, I know where you are, my dear, but where on earth has... Lily, what are you doing up there? How did you get up there? Oh, look at this little corner covered in greenery and moss. I totally forgot I had this much moss here. This is awesome. Oh my goodness, and I'm pretty sure I can use this moss. Let's see, use to either make mossy stone bricks or also green dye. And I am always in need of green dye for various projects. Oh, and there go my shears. All right, Lily, I don't know how you got up there, but come with me, my dear. Where is your brother? Where is Tate gone? Tate, you're gonna end up having to stay here with Alia and all of the hummingbird eggs if you don't magically appear in just a second here. I could have sworn he was just with me. Like, just underfoot. I always feel like he's just underfoot. All right, well, Lily, hopefully... Lily, are you sitting again? No. Lily, come with me. Come with me. Also, do you know where Tate is? Okay, well, maybe we'll find him at some point, but let's go ahead and drop off all of these hummingbird eggs. This is getting, like, quite ridiculous, actually. And we'll drop them off in the Egg Oology Research Center. And let's see, Lily, there you are. We'll find your brother. I'm not worried. We will find him somewhere. I actually need more chest to safely store these itty bitty little eggs. I'm kind of nervous about that. Let's put all of them in here. We can also store the peafowl and the owl eggs I have collected. And let's take one hummingbird egg with us. And is that Tate? No, that's Lala, the peafowl. Oh my gosh, my pockets are full of interesting things this morning. All right, but we'll go ahead and leave the Oology Research Center. And yeah, maybe we'll be able to find somebody to trade all of these eggs to. Oh my goodness. No, you don't. No, you don't. Did I have any escapees? I did! Oh my gosh. All right, Lala the peafowl, out you go. This is turning into quite the eventful morning, that's for sure. All right, quickly. Door, don't you dare. Okay, and close. Lala, in you go. And then let's step out. And Alia, you're down here. Okay, good. Alia, I'm going to have you learn how to hold a hummingbird egg. So any of the eggs they lay, you can go ahead and collect for me. In exchange, I'll take away the owl egg. Oh my gosh, the carrot seeds. How about the carrot seeds, Alia? All right, so she's going to go ahead and because she is a pack puppy and sitting here, any of the eggs that happen to be laid right next to her, she will go ahead and pick up whilst we head out of here. Oh my goodness, stay. Okay, hummingbird. No, you can come, Lily. Hummingbird needs to stay. There we go. Peafowl are doing good. Tate, there you are. You're sitting out here with the Dodo ATM. Look, and one of Martha's children has come over here and has properly a Dodo ATM and trading stand again. So I can come on over and I can actually trade all of this Zookeeper experience points that we've been collecting for cold, hard cash. And actually it's wooden coins. And then you can eventually get emerald coins, trade the emeralds to the villagers. I'm kind of tempted to do that, but I'm going to take my Zookeeper experience to Martha, and then we'll figure out how I want to spend it. She is my accountant Dodo, after all. Do many people have a Dodo as an accountant? No, but I certainly do. All right, so let's keep moving. I'm going to run up. I kind of want to spread this moss in a few places in the hopes that it will grow. Oh dear, it needs to only grow on... Oh, I see. Well, I wouldn't mind having a lovely mossy walk that I have to go through to make this little path. Okay. And there we go. All right, so let's run home. What the heck? Let's run home. What the heck? On fire! You! Oh my gracious! Rude! Excuse you, it is the first day of spring. I do not have time for this. Oh my gosh. They just lit me on fire. What? What? Where is my dagger of noms? Where is my dagger of noms? Right over here. I cannot believe this. We have veered dramatically from going up to my house to celebrate the first day of spring. Suddenly I am on fire, just trying to make my way. What is this nonsense? I have the dagger of noms. It does food saturation. It fills 1 drumstick as I attack. It is literally the only weapon I have. Lily, Tate, are you guys okay? Okay, good. I cannot believe that they set me on fire. Not only did they have the audacity to shoot me, but to shoot me with an enchanted bow. 2 of them, too. Why? Next to my house. Is it you? Are you providing too much shade to the monsters? I have some torches. That is so rude. That is right next to Zomberry Village. This is not how I planned the first day of spring to go, my friends, but wasn't I just saying that we should celebrate the organic nature of the seasons in the world? Well, here we go. All right, let's do this, guys. Good job, Lily and Tate. You have actually taken them all out for me. Good puppies. Okay. I wish they had dropped that enchanted bow because that would have been kind of interesting. But my goodness, we are having so much trouble with this one little area. Just all of the baddies are just popping up like daisies here. All right, maybe that'll help. Gracious me. All right, well, continuing on and moving back to our house. Clearly, I need to do more work lighting up the various pathways to and fro my home, but we'll work on that for sure. Also, there's a cool cow. All right, come on, Lily, come on, Tate. We're almost back home. And at coming back home, I can actually share something with you guys that I realized last night. I must have been like laying in bed or something, getting ready to go to sleep. And all of a sudden I realized, the peafowl. The peafowl that I found. This one right here. Lala, and I was like, oh, she must have gotten out of the peafowl garden. No, my friends, Lala is from my own yard, and she is supposed to be the mate of Tata, the peafowl, who has gone who the heck knows where. So what an exciting turn of events. So I need to figure out where Tata, the peafowl, has wandered away to. Is that him? Tata, you're right here. Oh, have we found him? Well, that was a very short adventure. That's like a record for actually getting something checked off my to-do list. I'm so happy. But Tata is actually visiting the area that I'm thinking about adding in a gazebo. So, we've had a busy morning. Bear with me. But yes, right where Tata is actually flying about, I was thinking about how it's the first day of spring and so beautiful. And Nora, it's so good to see you. There you go, Nora, little het pats. I actually had a dream about you last night. It was kind of adorable. All right, let's go ahead and plant some more wheat because we could probably always use more wheat. But there we go. Lily, Tate, you guys go ahead and take a seat. And I'm going to have just a moment to stare at my beautiful garden and take in the signs of spring. Beautiful, growing strawberries, the fall of these gorgeous cherry blossoms, which, if I am seeing everything correct, I have seen so many pictures on Twitter lately of the cherry blossoms falling in Japan, and it just makes my heart so happy. I love the signs of spring. I love when flowers are blooming and things are green everywhere, and looking out my window in real life, it's just a very sticky season. There's sticks everywhere. It's stick season, as they say. There's not really a lot of greenery anywhere. But here, at my home in Zoodesia, I can step away of thinking about the never-ending stick season, and I can think about how beautiful it is here, and how much I love spring, and how even if I am currently stuck with stick season, there's a whole bunch of you guys who have actually been sharing pictures on our Patreon Discord or sending them to me on Twitter of the cherry blossoms blooming where you live in California, or the snowdrops that you have finally seen in Sweden. And it's just so refreshing to feel the whole world and all of the seasons kind of starting to shift for everybody and kind of celebrating that together. So it was just a really sweet feeling, and so I'm not gonna lose hope, even if I have to be patient. It really meant a lot to see so many of you guys enjoying the weather for me and sharing that with me, so thank you. But all right, so what to do today? Well, first off, let's not get shot again. That was not part of my my plan of things to do. Secondly, let's scooch a few of these things around. I guess I'll have to keep the Dagger of Noms. We haven't had any issues since I threw down some more torches in here with anything really plaguing us. Oh, thank you, Capybara of Spring! A wild daffodil to help bring more spring to my home. But we haven't had as many issues now that I have lit up my yard as much with things showing up here. So we can finally go ahead and just sit back and enjoy the beauty of what the yard has to offer. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw these extra seeds into the compost bin. And I was thinking, I really want somewhere peaceful to just be able to sit and admire the beauty of our world, especially when it's, you know, so pretty here in stick season in real life. And it occurred to me, it would be really nice to build a gazebo overlook, like I mentioned. And Tata has actually picked out the exact spot that I was thinking about doing it, next to where sometimes we have a little herb garden here. And I was thinking, how nice would it be if we went ahead and we made a nice little gazebo right here that kind of stuck out and could see the waterfall that we have pouring down the side of my house right over here, and could also look over the beautiful river that we have down there, the entrance to the zoo. It could look over all of the paths that are increasingly beginning to branch across the entire zoo, and hopefully will one day take us to so many different exhibits filled with so many different animals and animal facts. And Tata, I think this is how you actually escaped. Alia! You teleported to me from the what? Alia! How on earth did you teleport to me from the bird area? You still only have one hummingbird egg. Oh, well, there you go, sweetie. I've never had a sitting dog teleport that far before, but hey, if you missed us, I can totally understand. And she literally showed up right where I was sitting. That's so interesting. But yeah, so that's kind of my plan. Make a little gazebo, and we can just turn around and watch the cherry blossoms on one hand and look out and see our zoo, like our home behind us, and our beautiful world that we are creating ahead of us. And I also think if I have a gazebo to stand on and stare out while we like eat or in between doing a bunch of gardening, it'll really pump me up to be like, you know what? That spot was supposed to be a wolf lounge like 2.5 years ago. I gotta get on it. Right, Tata? All right, so let's go ahead and move Tata. Where did Lala go? She's over there. So I'm gonna have these two stay over on this side. And then let's go ahead, and I need some oak wood. I thought about making it like cherry blossom themed, our little gazebo I want to build. But the more I thought about it, the more I want it to just kind of match with my house. Though you can't really see a lot of my house at the moment. And what you can see are kind of like squicken tentacles flapping in the wind, which is kind of hilarious. But basically we're going to go with oak wood for my house. And my goodness, you really can't see much of my house right now because there's just so much stuff. It's awesome. Let's climb this tree. Wow, you still can't see my house. My hopes to be buried under plants and greenery are clearly reaching some level of fulfillment. Alright, well, we'll pop over here, walk down the little path, and let's go ahead and look for some oak wood. And I should have quite a bit of oak wood. Alright, over here maybe? This is all rubber. This is all jungle. Here's some oak wood. There we go. And maybe a few cherry blossoms wouldn't be bad. I do need a whole bunch of oak leaves so that we can make the banister that I have in mind. Acacia leaves, twilight, birch. I'll hold off on the cherry blossom leaves. We're kind of full on cherry blossoms. If I want to enjoy the cherry blossoms, I just literally need to turn around and like walk through my garden. But this shouldn't take too long. I don't think this will be very hard to do. So we're going to remove the fencing for one thing. And let's see. There we go. Remove this fencing and just kind of get a good look at what I have right over here. Yeah, I wanted to have something where we could kind of look out over the waterfall. And then let's see. We have this spot, but also look out over the whole zoo and see like our beautiful tree of roots down there, a mangrove tree. Oh, look, you can even start to see, oh, there's the red wolf exhibit. And you can kind of start to see where we have our beautiful maple tree pathway. See, and right over there is where we're going to build the bridge so that we can go into whole new areas behind the Tate and Tackle. And you can kind of very vaguely see where you have the wisteria gazebo. See what I mean? Then you see all of the like really big, beautiful couple builds we've done and really starts pumping me up to actually start making this place look like a proper zoo. Tata, you are very persistent at trying to escape over here, aren't you, buddy? So you need to go, and you're going to have to sit in the dog play yard for a little while. Lala, why don't you go ahead and join him? Just so you don't escape while I'm trying to get this work done. But it's just really nice. I don't know why I've never thought about building a gazebo so that I can overlook my accomplishments that we have managed to do in the zoo. And let's take away this grass right here. And it does help to have this big tree of paper. I need more paper bark trees. We need to make a little paper bark tree orchard, that's for sure. And then let's come over here and grab some of the oak wood planks. I probably don't need too terribly many. But I do want the area to be big enough that I feel like I can like sit and eat on it sometimes. So maybe big enough to host a little table and chairs. Or maybe just this big. We'll have to see. But yeah, it's basically a spring gazebo. And instead of making it out of beautiful cherry wood like I originally thought, the practical side of me thought, maybe I should just make it out of the normal wood to match the house. Because it won't always be spring. And I do want to make sure, come on, you can do it. Whoops, there we go. It won't always be spring, and I do want to make sure that it like can fit all of the seasons. Except I don't know if I ever want to have winter. As wonky as that sounds, I don't know if I ever want to have winter in my yard again. I'm so over snow. I know I shouldn't say that. I should be more accommodating to snow. I should be more adaptable to all the seasons. But at this point, after living in Michigan for 2 winters, I'm just about ready to like pick chips up and maybe move to Hawaii or something and be like, oh, look, the seasons never change. It's always surrounded by greenery. And I could probably be pretty happy with that, to be honest. We've actually been thinking a lot about where we are going to move and where we are going to live over the next few years, which is a subject that comes up a lot, quite naturally, considering like our age, and that's something that pretty much everybody needs to ask themselves at some point. And it's quite interesting because Chips and I don't know where we're going to be in the next 10 years. We have no idea because we don't know where his job will actually take us. There we go. I knew I could get some oak wood post if I tried hard enough. So it can be really hard to try to figure out like what is our future going to look like, and where are we going to live, and what will the weather be like, and will I have to put up with even more winter, which I'm just increasingly becoming confident in saying may not be my favorite season. Or are we going to be able to really start planning about a home that can be focused on enjoying the climate a little bit more year round. And you guys, I have no idea where I will be. If you had told me when we began ZooCrafting that we would be living in Michigan in 3 to 4 years. Also, don't mind the giant prehistoric creature that is currently sitting inside of the river back there. Cough, cough. But if you had told me I would be living in Michigan of all places in 3 years, I wouldn't have believed you. And it occurred to me when I was thinking about all these things, as one is wont to do before their birthday, which my birthday is coming up soon, which is why I was thinking so much about all of it. But if you had told me, you know, that I would be living in Michigan, I wouldn't have known how to react. So I have no idea where I'm going to be. I have no idea where we're going to go. But when I thought about it, and I was sitting there thinking about, but how can I enjoy spring in a place that is currently full of sticks, even though it is the official day of spring? You know what I thought about? I thought about here. I thought about my second home here in ZooCrafting that I share with thousands of you over many, many years. And I realized, that is what home is for. That feeling of comfort, that feeling of I have no idea where I'm going to go, but there's going to be a place for me that makes me happy and makes me proud and is the result of years of effort. That is also the feeling of having a home. And so when I thought about how could I enjoy spring, when I stared outside at the freezing cold temperature, the fact we're about to have more snow, that there's not a single leaf bud on any of the leaves and trees around me, it's just sticks everywhere. I thought about the cherry blossoms here, and I realized I could come here and enjoy them. And that's why we're here today, to celebrate spring in the zoo crafting way. And when I thought about my uncertainty about where I'm going to live in the next few years, about having no idea where the adventure of life is going to take me, and that's exciting, but also a little bit distressing sometimes, I realized, but I will have a home. I will have a home, and it will be with me, no matter where I go. And that's zoo crafting. So welcome home, guys. I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and it meant a lot to just kind of have those little personal realizations of that it's all going to be okay, and that we'll be here, and that no matter where I go, I'll have a little home here. Also, I need to make this bigger. So yeah, there's my little deep talk for the day. If you can't tell, I've been thinking very seriously about like, oh, where will the future take me? What will life be like? Because I am going to be turning 30 next week, and I'm not like having an existential crisis. I'm very happy, thrilled beyond belief. No, my little post. Well, at least I have more about like where my life is and where I have gone in life and what I have done with it, because come on, we're here together. We've done amazing things. Just you do want to give it a little bit of thought about where you're going sometimes, and that's what I've been doing lately. All right, so here we go. We have a few spruce wood planks, and this is where things are going to get interesting. I feel like the gazebo should have a tall roof, and I do feel like this tree is actually kind of in the way. And also, while I'm actually out here, I'm realizing that I love my fluffy oak hedge with its beautiful fluffy leaves, but it does kind of cover some of what I wanted to look at up. So I wonder if I should actually go ahead. Here, let's try something. Let's actually swap these out and put these in. That actually gives me a much clearer view, yeah. So we might go ahead and make these into the string post if I happen to have some string inside of my seed shed. Hopefully none of my animals will just accidentally throw themselves off of that little gazebo. Oh dear. All right, go, 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 go. Okay, we do indeed have some string here. So I'm pretty sure, let's see. And then uses, yep, if I put some string on either side. But yeah, that's why I wanted to come build a gazebo, to celebrate spring in my own little way, because it's going to be a long time before I can celebrate spring in real life. But you can rest assured there's going to be tons of vlogs when that happens. Oh, I'm hungry! That's fantastic, Nora. That means that we have been running back and forth, and we have been doing a lot of work today, like getting shot by flaming arrows, which was definitely not how I thought I would be spending some of my day. And I wonder if I take out this bottom log and swap it. Oh, look at that. So then it makes a full connection so that I feel like it's a little bit more stable. Fantastic. Just a very nice, simple little gazebo so that you can look over at the creature of the deep. I bet that guy is eating all of my swimming bun-buns, if you think about it. Don't you think he'd be eating all of my swimming bun-buns? They suddenly have a huge apex predator to prey on them. Not a good thing. Have to take care of that at some point. All right, and just couple more string posts. I only need one actually, and I do need to actually make let's see, here we go, some spruce wood stairs, so that, and now I need more spruce wood. Dang it. All right, here we go. Maybe I can just use some slabs. There we go. All right, and let's finish off with a little roof. And I think that's the perfect place to have plunked down my extra little gazebo. It doesn't really seem to add a ton to the garden at first. Let's see, let's get some dirt so I can do some scaffolding. But I think it'll pay off. And I need to scooch this tree back a little bit. Just a little bit. I do love building into and with trees, but I need just a little bit more space. There we go. Maybe some oak leaves to get me up here. There we are. And then we can go ahead and how big do I want the gazebo to be? Let's not fall off the side. I'm being very brave and bold today. Normally I would be far more cautious in jumping around like this, but I want to really show off that we're home and everything is safe here. Except it's not, because I could probably fall off to my doom. All right, there's that slab. And so I'm going to need just a few more slabs. Let's see. Whoops. But yeah, I no idea where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do or what projects we're going to tackle. And I'm pretty sure we can all say that. I'm pretty sure that despite what I thought growing up, you have far less of an idea of the direction that your life will take you than people will try to convince you that you do. I was told by far more people who were like counselors, like college counselors, or career advisors, or my parents, or family, or friends, or my boss, my boss at work, where my life would take me. They had a lot of opinions, and everybody had a lot of ideas about where I could go and what I could do and who I could be as I fall off. And I kind of want to take out this and put in a carpenter's corner piece here so that it's a little bit of a nicer gazebo. And actually, now that I said carpenters, ooh, I should put some carpenters down here and then make the side of the gazebo look a little bit nicer too. Oh, now we're taking good care of my home, and suddenly this project has gone on longer than I thought it would, and I haven't really celebrated spring quite as I thought I would by doing a construction project for the day. Let's see. So I do need some carpenter's blocks. All right, this is clearly going to take me a little bit longer than I thought. So I'm going to get the carpenter's blocks and everything, and I'm going to finish up this gazebo. And it's going to be our little springtime gazebo. And I think I actually even want to remove this fireplace. It's been a nice fireplace, but it has sad memories of what happened to Bluebell. And I would love to actually celebrate maybe with mint. That's what we'll do. Spring is a nice, fresh, refreshing feeling. So maybe we'll come in and we will decorate this area with plants, and we will add in some mint so that I will have plenty of mint to infuse in any of my food, including, if you were part of the stream, that PB&J that we made. And then to celebrate spring, what if we make more PB&Js and then we go visit with Little Ben, who lives nearby here, a little NPC who lives nearby here, and we get a whole bunch of mysterious bug eggs and let the bugs fly free in my garden. The spring celebrations are really beginning, and hopefully we'll be able to get in touch with some egg experts to join our egg oology research center soon so that we can learn more about different types of hummingbirds and what to do with all those extra hummingbird eggs, not to mention so that we can get those egg incubators up and going, so hopefully we can pop open some more precious albino peafowl. But alright, I'm going to get to work on the gazebo, and I will see you guys next time where we can plant some mint and release some mysterious bugs into my yard, because that's how we celebrate spring around here. Bye-bye!